Well, now that all of that creepy food is out of the way, what a beautiful place setting. Guess number three, yes, that would be me. Wait, I think there's something underneath my plate. It looks like for me. How did they know it would be me? It has a lovely seal. I'll just break that and see what's inside. It looks to be a party invitation. 9:04 p.m. What a strange time. Fleet Avenue, how creepy. Do not be late. And who is this H? Well, I guess I'll just have to attend this party and find out. What's up, you guys? Welcome to October Daily 2022. This is day number 13, and our prompt for today is really fun. Tucked under the plate is a mysterious invitation to a strange Halloween party. What does it look like? I hope you guys caught Priscilla's amazing story yesterday. I've been so enthralled by all of you guys' stories for your prompts. So I've just cut mine out here to be glued on to the project later on so I can just stick that into my October daily. And here is the invitation I made. It's pretty simple, but I had a little bit of fun with it using the wax seal. And as you could see before, it didn't really break like it was supposed to, but I think it still looks pretty cool. And here are all of the supplies you'll need. You need some black paper. I used black cardstock and an extra piece to make your ripped pieces. I'm using the image of this snake from this glow in the dark scrapbook paper. You are going to need your bone folder, paper creaser, some scissors, glue of your choice. I'm using this trusty Craft Bond glue stick. I'm using this Jelly Roll metallic pen as well. You need to choose a wax seal of your choice and heating implements of your choice. I'm using a candle, a lighter, and a spoon. And I've chosen a dark red for the wax for my invitation with a little bit of gold thrown in for fun. And you guys, please remember this is fire, so use all of your crafty safety rules. And today I'm also using this really cool calligraphy pen. This is one of my favorite pens to write with, so I thought I'd be fancy. So I'm starting off here with an 8.5 by 11 size sheet of black cardstock. And I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want the folds to be, and that's where the paper creaser is going to come in handy. Grab your bone folder to help make that crease really nice and crisp. That's going to help a lot when you go to add your wax so the paper doesn't move too much on you. So just getting the nice folds in here, making sure everything is nice and crisp. And I really didn't think through the spider web tablecloth underneath because that kind of got in the way a little bit. And okay, here we go. I've got all of my folds ready, and this is the way I want it to open. It's sort of non-traditional, but since we're using the wax seal, I just wanted to do something a little fun. And it would be really cool to add some string or twine around that before you add your wax. I think that would look really neat. And so here I've shown you I've got two pieces of just ripped scraps, and I'm going to layer those glued on to the front of the invitation. And I'm using my metallic red jelly roll just to write "for you" on the front. Nothing too fancy, just red I thought would be a fun color for this haunting invitation. So flipping inside here, I'm going to be using the image of the snake. I just thought it would be kind of cool to kind of hint at maybe this is a Halloween party for some secret club or some kind of crazy horror movie thing. I don't know. And this is black soot, by the way, which ends up all over my hands by the end. So I'm just going to go around the edges. That's the first item I forgot to list in the items that you need at the beginning of the video, by the way. So sorry for that. So I'm just going to glue the snake to whichever side. I think, yeah, I do the left side, so that when you open it, the invitation is going to be on the right side. So I've just glued that down nice and neat. Looks pretty cool. So the next thing is to add the actual invitation on the inside, and this is supply number 2 that I forgot to mention. I'm just using a scrap of coffee dyed paper here, kind of ripping it up, distressing the edges to make it look kind of old, just to go with the aesthetic. You guys do what you think looks cool. And once I've got that the way I like it, I'm just going to glue it down to the page. And here's a little tip for distressing. If you add enough of the glue stick to the back of the paper that you're using, it gives you a small window of working time. And sometimes what I like to do is what I'm doing here. I'm scrunching up the paper and then pushing it back down, because the glue stick has that very smooth uh, laid down, if that makes sense, for the paper. So if you put enough on the back, you have a bit of time to work like the edges of the paper. And doesn't that look neat? It's like wrinkled parchment almost. And even using the residual ink for my fingers on the paper. So here I am with my beloved fancy calligraphy pen, and I'm just going to write the invitation message on the inside. I just kept mine short and sweet because I think that lends to the more like creep factor of the invitation. I wanted to make it kind of, I don't know, not a lot of detail added, but at the same time a little bit of foreboding, because you don't know who the person is. They only sign with an initial, and the little things like the Fleet Street reference, the really strange time for the party to start, and they mention 9:04 sharp, and also "do not be late" is underlined as if that was a very, very important part of the invitation. So that's pretty much it for the invite. I really like the way it turned out, but at the same time, a little disappointed that I can't do better calligraphy, but still really, really fun. So, the last step is to do your little wax seal, and if you want to add like a dried flower or a skeleton arm or something fun like that, I was thinking a ribbon or maybe some string to go around the whole invitation like envelope, and then the wax seal on top, sort of like the way they used to do royal seals back in the day, where they'd have the ribbon and then it would be the really thick wax and you'd have to break it. That's sort of what I was going for, but then forgetting the ribbon or string, and then also the wax seal didn't break like it was supposed to. But still think it looks pretty neat, and as you can see, I used a little bit of extra wax there on my candle, and there we go. Oh yeah, I did ink around the edges of my little numbered prompt card, and I'm just gluing that to the back. That way, when I add it to the page for day 13, it'll already be on there, and I can just kind of make a pocket and tuck the invitation inside. So that's it, everybody. You guys don't forget to check out Angie Garcia Art tomorrow for the continuation of the story. And as always, don't forget to spread the spooks.